Hi beautiful Phoenix friends, it's LeahMarie here with a slightly different pick-a-pile reading for you. Today it's going to be pick a key, and so you will notice that there are 3 images of keys, and each key is going to correspond to a channeled message, including some oracle cards for you. So this is going to help you find or uncover the keys to helping you unlock any number of forms of new abundance in your life. So I invite you to go ahead and take a few nice conscious breaths, feel into your heart space, and select the image that you feel calls to you the most. And I, of course, as always, will begin with key or pile number 1. Timestamps will all be listed below, as well as all of my contact information if you'd like to book a personal reading, shop our online shop, or visit any of our other offerings. So thank you so much, and I will start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1. I am excited to uncover what specific keys in the physical and mental and emotional realms are here to help you unlock more abundance in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and just give a few nice shuffles here. We're going to pull some cards from 2 different decks today in order to see what message wants to flow through for you guys. And so I will have the decks listed in the description box below. We're going to be using the Sacred Destiny and the Divine Animals Oracle today. And I will say, I'll get that one right away here. I am feeling called to do 2 from this deck and 1 from the animal ones for you guys. So at the beginning of getting prepped for this reading, I'm feeling this is the resonance for pile 1 is what I'm being told, is I was getting a lot of throat clearing energy happening, and I had the video freeze multiple times, so it's almost like there's this start-stop in your energy or in your voice or in you speaking something. Just getting this sense that there is some energy going on in terms of the throat chakra that's asking for movement or for you to share something, or just, setting aside any obstacles, because it's also the start stopping energy. It's like I'm really relaxed with the technology. It doesn't upset me. I just like, okay, cool, yep, or do this. Oh, we have to start over again. Okay, cool. Well, that one wasn't clearly not the right one, or I wasn't ready for that, or I need to restart again. I choose to look at it from the perspective of not getting upset, but rather going with the flow of whatever the universe is doing. And so if you've been feeling guided to share things or start speaking differently about yourself or about a certain topic or to a certain person or any of the above or anything else related to using your voice, I am just bringing that channeled message forward for you guys with pile 1 here, because it really was coming on incredibly strong and feels important. So just giving you that little nugget to go with our cards today. So, and I'm just going to start at the very beginning here, in the middle, with the cat medicine and intuition, and just kind of diving into really connecting with your intuition. So this being our center card, this is going to be one of the biggest keys to unlocking abundance in your life, is your ability to utilize your intuition. Now, it can also be a link to cats or cat medicine. So whether you have cats or whether you have a strong connection with cats or feline energy, it can be big cats too, not just, house cats, domesticated cats. But they are very intuitive beings, highly sensitive and highly attuned to the spirit realm. And so at this time, it really feels like the more that you can nourish and nurture your intuition, the more it's going to activate you. So I'm seeing this golden color twofold. I'm seeing it as it's going to activate your personal power at your solar plexus. I'm also feeling that it is going to connect you more with source, with your crown chakra, with the universe, and with really being able to tap into the literal wealth of abundance that exists in the universe. And so when you choose to align with your intuition consciously, then the universe and all of its resources and allies can actually drop downloads into you, guiding you every step of the way to the most abundant endeavors, the most abundant relationships, situations, jobs, everything. And so, really encouraging you when, especially I'm hearing when you're in a decision making process, go into the heart and trust the heart and the intuition. Set aside the logical mind, the thinking, the overthinking, the analyzing, and really come into your heart space and your intuition and ask yourself, does this feel right for me? Like, feel into it. Don't think it, feel it. Because the feeling is our center, our house for our intuition. And yes, we do have our third eye, our intuitive center is part of our head or in that region in terms of how we look at it from the chakra system. However, it isn't about thinking that allows us to activate it, it's more about feeling that allows us to activate it. So, then in this sense, we're getting openness as the other card. And there's a moon and a bunch of constellations, so more cosmic energy coming in. And openness is another big key. So using your intuition and then being open to the messages that you receive. Even if they don't make sense, even if it means you have to do or say things outside of your comfort zone, that is part of life and part of the path of growth. Our greatest successes and achievements come from moving through things that we have never done before, from facing and overcoming fears and challenges and obstacles and illuminating, as this full moon is showing us, illuminating our path. And we can't do that if we don't use our intuition and if we don't actually step forward and take action. And so I'm seeing it's actually a whole array of constellations that do look like they're aligned with the zodiac. And so this to me is also looking at this energy of the stars are aligning for you. And so as you use your intuition, you're actually stepping into your divine path, which is the one that's most aligned with the universe, which is also going to align you with the greatest level of abundance that you can achieve in this life. So huge, huge key. And then wisdom. And so, using your innate wisdom, using your intuition is a wise decision. Being open to using your intuition, to receiving higher consciousness downloads is a form of wisdom. And in this sense as well, wisdom is a key for you to unlock abundance. So this may mean study other forms of wisdom. And we're getting the mermaid energy, the underwater energy. And I just feel this sense of you diving deep into ancient wisdom. And so whether this is through books, through teachings, through working with someone as a mentor or guide, whether in person or online or any other, method through which you want to do that, it's like diving deep within wisdom or within a particular arena of teachings that your soul feels called to. Now, as a double layer, there's fish in here, and yes, we are underwater, but fish are also a symbol of abundance. So this is another confirmation, even deeper for pile one, that diving into yourself, into specific teachings that resonate with you, is going to bring more abundance to you. Now, this is a general reading, so any number of these things could overlap, or you might feel a resonance more to one or the other. But I will say the intuition is key for all of you who picked this pile, and the intuition asking what forms of wisdom, what wisdom teachings, what teachers should I work with, from a place of intuitive guidance. So who feels most aligned? Who do you get like lit up when you hear them speak or when you're around them? And what is it that you want to study or learn or uncover? And then again, we're getting all these blue colors, which is throat chakra, kind of coming full circle of like then being able to be open enough to share the wisdom. And so really powerful energy here, connecting with your intuition, being really open to receiving messages and wisdom, and then allowing that to be birthed forward to humanity through you in a unique and beautiful way, which will in turn bring you infinite forms of abundance for the rest of your days. So really powerful, pile one, and I am excited for you and all of your new abundance and adventures. So thank you so much for choosing pile one, and have a wonderful week. Hi pile two, thank you so much for coming to the channel, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate all your support, and I am excited to see what are the key elements that are going to unlock more abundance in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and pull cards from two different decks for you today, the Sacred Destiny cards, excuse me, and the Divine Animal Oracle. Those will be in the description box below, along with all the other goodies on how you can get in touch with me. And we're going to look today at what are the key things that are going to help you unlock that abundance. So if you have a particular area that you're interested in exploring, you can pop that into your awareness. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of see. I'm getting this sense for you, pile two, that I'm just hearing that there might be a little uncertainty going on in your life right now. So there might be something that you're seeking clarity on, or that you're not entirely sure how you're going to get this abundance that you're looking for, which feeling this card here. And so this level of uncertainty that you're experiencing feels like it is relating to matters of the heart, I'm hearing. Now, whether that is love related, or whether that is related to something that you love, literally, not like a person, but an endeavor. So maybe it's a project, or maybe it's your job, or maybe it's something that you're really passionate about. It's just something that is a matter related to your heart. So you decide what that means for you, right? As a general reading, it's going to be different for each of you. It's just something related to your heart, and or something that you really feel love or passionate about. And so I feel that this key is going to unlock clarity for you so that you can see how you want to move forward. And so maybe it's that you've been looking for a specific path to take, or waiting for some guidance in terms of how to approach things, what to say, what to do, who to talk to. With the journey, there's many aspects that we often need clarity on as we go. And pile one, we had some interesting energy coming through connecting with intuition. So I'm just going to say, use your intuition to help guide you for clarity as well. And so we're going to start here with the card of success. So I love that there was really powerful messages in pile one too, related to abundance coming through in many forms. So this is a sign that one of the keys to your success is going to come forward as you receive your clarity, is what I'm hearing. Now, we have a panther or jaguar, could be one or the other. It's hard to say with this image in here. So there is this energy of I'm feeling protecting your secrets. So I don't know if there's something you've been working on and aspects of it haven't been ready to come forward yet. And so that has been part of your key to success, is sort of keeping certain things to yourself and releasing other things as you feel you need to. So I'm going to just kind of pause with that here, because I feel that, yes, success is your form of abundance. And so I'm being guided to this card, which is the goat medicine, but it's all about reliability. And so one of your keys to success and abundance is going to be through reliability. Now, I feel that this is two things. I'm hearing it's about you embodying reliability, you being reliable, you showing up when you say you're going to be there, you doing what you say you're going to do and following through, you saying what you mean and meaning what you say. So really being impeccable in your speech and in your actions, and being strong as well. So being this reliable, stable force. Now, I don't know what it is that you do for a living, but I am hearing for some of you, you may be in an industry where other people are looking up to you, or are dependent upon you. So this could even be like your family is dependent or reliant on you, or you have employees that are, or you have clients that are. And I'm hearing that the greatest level of success and abundance for you, one of the biggest keys is going to come through your reliability. So I know for my line of work, I do coaching, I do healing work, and I do really honor and step into being reliable, because for me, it's so important that people know that they can rely on me to help them, that I'm going to be consistent, that I'm going to continue to be there for them when they need things. And so that is part of what I embody as a coach and a healer, so that people that work with me know that I'm consistent, know that I'm there and available and capable. And so I'm using my personal analogy in this sense because that's something I cultivated, but I've seen how more success has come to me because that is something I embody, and clients actually comment on that consistently. They're grateful that they can reach out at any time and communicate. They're grateful that I am this stable force in their life when other things might be totally chaotic. And so there is so much value in being reliable that you, in turn, whatever your arena is that you're wanting more success or abundance in, the more reliable you are for those around you, and the more you're showing up consistently for yourself and choosing things that are supporting your health, success, well-being, etc., right? The more that you're aligned with that, the more you're creating this stabilizing force in your life. So it's essentially like creating this really, really strong foundation upon which you're building everything else. And I will say that if we look at this image, and it might be there's a little teeny tiny house down the bottom, and so it's like the goat is protecting it, but it's also this huge thing but on this little tiny house. And what I feel is that when your foundation is strong enough, you can build anything else upon it and it will be successful. Because, with any house, if we even use that analogy, the foundation is one of the most important things. If the foundation isn't strong, you build something else on it, the whole thing can collapse. And so this is also sort of a key element to you, is really look at your foundation. What is the energy you're putting into your foundation? What are your thoughts, beliefs, stories that you're choosing to focus on consistently? And what are those building underneath you and everything else that you're doing? So really important to look at that at this time, and to really focus on how can you really get reliable within yourself. And sometimes it is like, it might not be related to other people, but it might be yourself. Like, are you choosing yourself consistently? Are you showing up and doing the things for yourself that you know are going to help serve you or are going to help move you in the direction you want to go? So just assessing yourself and your path in your life in that way. Okay. And then the last final card is embracing. And I'm seeing the energy of the egret in this one. And so embracing your path. So embracing your success, I'm hearing too. So some of you may have a little bit of hesitation. What is it going to mean if I'm successful? What is it going to mean if I have more abundance? Like, I have met many clients, and I've gone through my own versions of actually having fear come up around success and around abundance coming in. And it's natural for a lot of people, but it's like, embrace your path, embrace whatever is flowing to you. And the egret is really powerful because it's also this energy of coming into your own heart space and coming into a place where you are connected inside yourself as home. Like, you're not seeking a sense of home or stability outside of yourself. You're not. So I'm hearing, and take this as it feels, but like, it's like, if you keep asking for other people to be reliable for you, but you're not being reliable for yourself, it's like you're asking for things in other people. Well, you're only responsible for yourself. So take a look at yourself, and are you reliable to other people? Are you showing up for yourself? Because we often have the universe mirror back to us things that we need to work on more. and embracing that awareness and not taking it personally and not taking it as a judgment, but taking it as an opportunity to grow and get better at something within your life. And so, if you've been feeling like you've been surrounded by other people who aren't particularly reliable or responsible, then it's like, just do an assessment of yourself and get real. Am I being reliable to all of the relationships that I have, including myself? And do an assessment. And if you are, then there might be a bigger or different lesson that's trying to articulate itself through your experiences. So that might just be a nugget for some of you. Take it, leave it if it isn't yours, okay? And so just really coming into embracing the journey as well. And that's going to be another big key for you achieving your success, is showing up, you being reliable because you feel that it's important to you, and just embracing the journey that happens from that space, and knowing that life is a journey. It's about the long game. It's about showing up every day and being with whatever's here and doing your best with whatever is in front of you in this very moment. So I know that success will come to you through those key elements, as long as you're choosing to show up for yourself. So thank you so much for picking pile 2. Sending you so much love and light for an amazing week. Take care. Welcome pile 3. Thank you for picking key number 3. I am so looking forward to seeing what are the key elements that are going to unlock more abundance in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and pick cards from 2 different decks for you today, and we are going to look at some of the energies that want to flow through to help you open up a new gateway for abundance. So the decks are going to be listed in the description box below for you. I'm using the Divine Animal Oracle and the Sacred Destiny decks today. And everything you need is going to be down in the box below if you want to connect with me. Thank you as well for subscribing, liking, sharing, and checking out our online shop, all that good stuff. So appreciate that from you guys. So as always, that's all down there for you. And I am just going to I'm getting a little bit of a channeled message with you. So as I shuffle, I'm going to share a little of what's coming through here. And so, grab that flipper right there. It was when I was starting, and so pile 1 and you might have a little bit of overlapping. So my throat was getting really crazy before starting this reading, and then I shared with pile 1 and it cleared up, and then pile 2 totally fine. As soon as I start shuffling your cards, throat starts gunking up again. So, and I know, super technical word, gunking up, right? But it's like almost like there's in your case a frog in your throat. So it's like something's stuck in there. Energy stuck in there, maybe words stuck in there, feelings, emotions. Don't totally know for you guys. It's going to be different for each of you is kind of what I mean by don't totally know. I can't get specific because it's a collective here. So I'm feeling that the frog in the throat energy, though, it's almost as though I'm getting this sense of like a deep exhale. So there's perhaps a little fear behind it. In your case, which was different than pile 1. I don't necessarily know that there was a whole lot of fear behind it in pile 1. This feels a little bit more fear. I'm also feeling a little bit of energy like at the top of my stomach, almost solar plexus, but almost a little bit of like nausea. So just getting that sense that there's something going on in that realm for you guys. So I just say that because it's Spirit's way of just giving you some awareness that there is something that needs to be spoken, and you guys determine what that means for you, okay? So we're going to start over here, and this is equality, the energy of equality. So equality is going to be one of your keys to unlocking more abundance in your life. And with equality, we are getting seahorse energy. And so the seahorses are really powerful energies. They mate for life. They're very extremely connected partners. And interestingly, if you don't know this fun seahorse fact, it's the males that actually give birth. And so this is, for some of you, maybe a new birth in your masculine energy. And whether you're male or female, we're not talking genders here. I'm talking about divine masculine energy within you, awakening, activating, and becoming more equalized. So when it's talking about equality, I'm going to use sort of a little analogy that came through with one of my personal meditations last weekend. I had this experience where I was given the opportunity to come into a more balanced state with my divine masculine within me. And for most of my life, I felt I had to operate more in the masculine energy to be a woman. As a, I'm an entrepreneur, I run my own business, and I have done this for years, but I always felt that I had to be more in my masculine energy to get respect, to be heard, to be seen, and to actually be successful or be abundant. And what I realized was that there was a certain point at which I was starting to push that energy away, kind of out of anger. Like, why do I have to be in my masculine energy to be successful? I want to honor my divine feminine too. And Spirit was like, well, of course you can, but you need to be okay being in your divine masculine when that's the energy you need to use for the task at hand. And so when I'm looking at this sense of equality, I'm getting a couple messages. So the first one is like being more equal within yourself, like equally giving to your masculine and to your feminine energies in a way that brings you into inner harmony within yourself, okay? And then for others of you, it's this sense of equality in your relationships, in your job, in some other area of your life where perhaps there has been a lack of equality, whether that's been because of something you've been doing or not doing, or whether you have had situations where you don't feel you are being treated equally, and it's time to use your voice to speak up for yourself, to say, like, this doesn't feel equal to me. I'm giving all this over here and I'm not getting mutually nourishing things in return. This is a big thing that I deal with in my coaching practices. Like, I work with a lot of empaths, and empaths are givers, and I fell into this myself for years. I was an overgiver and just gave and gave and gave into relationships, partnerships, businesses where I wasn't getting even a fraction back of what I was investing. And then I started to get angry and frustrated, and at first was directing it at those other people, when in reality I was choosing to continue to give, which was on me. Now, I didn't judge myself about it. I simply looked at it and was like, hey, I'm responsible for this. So if I don't want to keep giving, or if this person isn't giving, in return to me, I can choose to stop giving at any point. And so for some of you, that might be a message you need to hear. You're in control of what you give, when you give, how much you give, and to whom you give. And Spirit wants me to just kind of pause with that. Like, you are in control of that. And if it doesn't feel equal to you, it's time to assess that. It's time to look at what needs to be brought into a greater level of equality, because we all deserve equality. And at the same time, sometimes that means we have to actually work to achieve it. In other cases, it's like we have to speak up for ourselves to get it. In some cases, we have to assess where we're at to change things so that we can get it. Because it really is about us looking at, where do we need more equality? Or in your case, like, what could happen? Is it about your masculine and feminine energies, or is it related to another aspect of your life where you have felt a sense of inequality? So you may ask to be shown, like, where do I feel inequality, and how can I bring equality? Okay, so I'm gonna pop over to here, and we get the message of transformation. And there is a fish in here, which is also a sign of abundance, which I love. And we're getting a little above water, below water. I see a sea lion, and then the feminine in here is wearing an otter skin in a more shamanic way, I will say. So these cards do tend to be a little more shamanic in nature. We're like the indigenous folks who would have used all of the animals, parts, because everything needs to be utilized to honor the life that's been given. And so I'm hearing that's literally like, honor the life that you've been giving, allow yourself to transform yourself, your relationships, so that you are choosing to bring equality to yourself and to all of your relationships. Because the reality is as we are working to bring more equality to humanity, especially in the times we're living in right now, one of the biggest things that I work with and talk with people, it's like, we want more equality in the world, and it starts with each of us. And so I work with myself and everyone else that comes to me, like healing internally and looking at where are we not being equal in our lives and in our relationships so that we can start to make the changes and transform in order to bring more equality to everyone and everything that we come in contact with. And as we start to do that, that creates changes, gives other people permission to do the same. And so this I'm also seeing it's like almost like two different worlds. So we're getting the underwater and above water. And so you are literally feeling like you might be in an experience or in a period of transformation to bring more balance as well to your life. And through that balance and transformation, you're going to receive enlightenment. So, massively higher states of consciousness. So, as you work to bring more equality into your total being, whatever that means for you guys, and you might need to meditate with that, you might need to have conversations with your guides, angels, ancestors, or do your own personal reading for that. Whatever the case is for you, there is incredible enlightenment, and I take enlightenment as higher states of consciousness and deeper levels of awareness. And so we're seeing, I know it's kind of an abstract ship, but it's basically this ship is flying up and into the cosmos. So if you look closely there, there's a lot of stars and there's just all of this infinite cosmic wisdom coming in, which is a huge form of abundance. So in my belief, expanded states of consciousness is incredibly abundant because those states of consciousness allow you to engage with reality differently, which allows you to have more abundance and success in all areas of your life. And so I'm feeling for you guys, the key is going to be through equality and transformation and transforming any beliefs or any patterns or stories that you've had that have allowed you to remain in places where you have felt inequality. And so, really taking the time to look at that is going to be key in shifting your state of consciousness into one that is much more enlightened, and higher levels of consciousness see the oneness and the equality that can exist everywhere between all life. And it's just a matter of us getting to that perspective ourselves for us to see how it's possible. And so this is going to look different for each of you, but the journey is going to be through transforming your relationship with inequalities, creating space for them to become equalities and harmoniously aligned, balanced connections in your life. And so thank you so much for picking pile 3. Wishing you all the best with your abundance, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Take care.